Your best friend has just got married. Ever since you can remember, he and you have been like this. You've always hung around together. You've been practically inseparable, almost like brothers. You walk over to the stage, shake hands with him, look him in the eye, wink at him, and congratulate him. You move on to the bride, look her in the eye, very warmly mutter your congratulations. Take her hand, walk off the stage. Scene 2. No, scene 3. He's back from his honeymoon. He's been settled in his routine life for some time. And you are sitting at your home wondering why he hasn't yet even once invited you home. Not only that, he has also turned down your invitation and is now refusing to take your calls. You're stumped. You don't know what happened. Ask me. I will tell you what scene 2 was. Husband and wife are sitting cozily on the sofa, looking at the wedding picture album, when the wife suddenly sits up and says, "This guy, who's this? Such a creep. You know how he was looking at me when he congratulated me on stage?" And the husband, don't get hurt by this one, probably mutters and says, "Some creepy guy, yaar, I hardly know him." You know what's happened? Your warm look into the bride's eye has been misinterpreted, as any eye-to-eye contact will always be. Here you were, trying to demonstrate your warmth and your friendship, and you are being treated as if you are permanently, terminally COVID-19 infected. You know why this has been happening? Because looking into the eye to demonstrate warmth and friendship is a very, very Western concept. You talk to your guru, you talk to the king, you are in the presence of Modi, you want to ask him a question. Are you going to look him into the eye and ask him? Most likely no. In our kind of culture, looking down when you are talking to somebody superior is considered a mark of respect. Therefore, knowing when to make eye contact and how much eye contact to make is very, very vital for effective communication. Am I then telling you by any chance that you should look down when you are speaking to everybody, or look left, right, here and there, be shifty eyed when you are talking to people? No, not at all. I accept that looking people in the eye is a good way of demonstrating your sincerity. I am merely stating that in practical life, extended eye contact could be looked upon very, very negatively, particularly in our social context. When you're talking to a Japanese and you're talking to an American, maybe you'll have to change the amount of eye contact that you are having. You look the American in the eye while you are pumping his hand, you just bow down before the Japanese and lower your eyes. Culture makes all the difference, but we refuse to recognize that. So, how much contact is then right? What I have been practicing all these years is that in individual one-to-one conversations, I fleetingly look at the eye to establish my connect, and then I look somewhere here. If you are looking here, it looks as if you are actually making eye contact without in any way actually deviating from the main objective of communicating. Because eyes can lock. When you are talking to somebody, your eyes could lock together. And if they lock together, you will find that the mental processes actually slow down. That's exactly how most people get married. But then that's another story altogether. Whenever you are delivering a speech or making a presentation before people, the right thing to do is to scan them. Don't look at one person, because your eyes could lock, and if your eyes lock with one person, not only will you stop thinking clearly, all the others on all the sides will start getting neglected. And you want to carry the entire audience with you, not just one person. Fleetingly glance from left to right, fleetingly glance from front to back, and then start looking at a point which is roughly above the head level of the last row of the audience. This is a theatre trick which was taught to me by my theatre coach. When you do that, everybody actually gets the feeling that you're looking at them, without you are actually intruding upon their individuality or their persona. I have been using this very often. I suggest strongly that you do the same too. Does that mean that you do not look into anyone's eyes at all? No, there may be members of the audience whom you want to make feel special. For instance, you are delivering a speech and one of your close friends has walked in a little late when you have actually started. You can look into his eyes and briefly nod. You want to make a point, which, for instance, if you have a chief guest who has made a point in his speech, you want to acknowledge the point he has made, and you are saying something like, as our honorable chief guest has just said that. You can look into him into the eye, acknowledge the comment, nod briefly, and get back to looking at that common point somewhere in the middle of the back row. This is what we strongly recommend, and we think that any more eye contact is not an eye, there's a no to it. Keep logging into Packer Punch Saturdays for more tips on effective communication. And remember,
join the Street to Chain family!